Hi everyone, welcome to Design Class. Today you're going to have a small introduction about sustainable cities. That is going to be the title of our following unit. Now, remember that last unit we worked over Sustainable Development Goal number 4? Yes, we focus on education. Now, our next approach is the Sustainable Development Goal number 11. Yes, it's about sustainable cities and communities. But before we start, I want to leave something clear. The concept of sustainability, okay? It's an adjective for something that is capable of being continued at a certain level. This means that you can keep going on and on and on, but up to one point. After that, you can't go further anymore. It's the idea that human societies must live and meet their needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. This means that, for example, we grown-ups cannot use all the natural resources for us. Otherwise, you guys will not have resources for your future. Let me move my circle this way because I want you to see this text box, this one right here, that talks about how sustainable development is a way of organizing society so that it can exist in the long term. This means you need to be conscious that if we want to keep living and using natural resources, we need to do it in a balanced way. Now, moving forward, there are 3 elements that are taken into account when talking about sustainability, okay? The first one is the social element. The second one, economic, and the third one, environmental. So, regarding the social element, we're talking about how the level of health on a society. How is the education? As you noticed on the past unit, Mexico is not a very successful model regarding education, right? So there are some countries that need to work a little bit more on setting higher the standards of education. What about the income? Income means the money that you earn, okay? How much, which is your wage in your work, okay? Because there's families that only get 200 pesos a day and they can't live with 200 pesos a day, right? The work-life balance too. In some countries like France, they only work for 5 hours a day. And in Mexico, we work 8 hours. But now, with the coronavirus and the work-at-home scheme, those working hours are even higher. And then we have also the crime. What about the crime? Is the crime rate high? Is there a lot of crimes going on in the city? And also the living cost. For example, buying a house, buying food, it's really high on very developed countries. If you go to New York, if you want to buy a house there, it's a lot of money. Or have in mind, an example can be here in Mexico. If you go to Mexico City, if you want to buy an apartment or if you want to rent a house, it's really, really expensive. But if you go to Linares or Montemorelos, those small cities nearby in Nuevo León, well, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper. And referring to the economical part, it's how the transportation, the development in transportation. Do they have trains? Do they have a very good system of buses? Or do they use more the bicycle? It means how good the quality and how much the wire of the network of transportation, it's developed, okay? Also, if there are a lot of business going on, for example, here within Mexico, Monterrey, it's a very it's a city where a lot of business takes place. There's a lot of entrepreneurship, okay? Also, tourism. How much tourism do you have? Because that means that you will have money coming from different places of the world into your country. And then you have the internet connectivity. That nowadays is a very, very important element to have in a country. Otherwise, people will stay behind because they will not know news. Maybe they will not get into online classes, etc. And the last one, employment. The COVID has brought a lot of a very big crisis in employment. There's a lot of people that don't have a job. So The level of employment tells that a country is sustainable, it's economically sustainable. And the last one is environmental. Environmental. It refers to energy consumption. There's country that just suck all the energy from for their productions, right, or for their daily lives living. And how are they on the matter of renewable energy? Do they have all these techniques for renewing energy? How about waste? Are they recycling or everything is going to the dumpster? And how about green spaces? Do they have deforestation problems? And clean water. There's some countries, a lot of countries in Africa and some of them in Asia and Latin America that they don't have clean water to drink. So that's important for people and for agriculture. And how about air pollution? So all these elements makes or become a part of a sustainable city. Now, your task today is to go to the worksheet, to the Sustainable Cities worksheet that is right here. And your task is to drag the shape over the SDGs that we'll be working with during the following week, okay? You just need to drag that square into the corresponding one. Also, you will have to use this text box to tell me in your own words, what do you understand by sustainability, okay? And the third part is to write down the name of the top 5 sustainable cities in the world according to this information from 2019. Then search on the internet the location of those cities on the map, and afterwards point them out on the following map. That is this. You can use little stars, you can use shapes, you can drag the names, but put them on the map that is up here so we can know where are they at. And the last activity is to drag and arrange the information of the 3 elements that makes a city sustainable. How you're going to do that? Just drag, okay, like this, and tell me which one corresponds to which, okay? The icon and the names, okay? It's right here. But I won't foil the answers, so you can do it. And on the map, as I told you, you can insert a small shape, star, or whatever you want, and tell me, oh yes, one of the most sustainable cities is Shanghai, that it's located here in China, for example, okay? And in this one, just tap on text boxes and write down the name of the sustainable city that you will find in this in this link, okay? And if you have any question, please let me know, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.